building a wall between friends, a wall that justifies any means for their ends, a wall between Semites, rich and poor, brothers and sisters from not so long before, many feet thick and 20 feet high. No one can look through it and into the eye of a person you might know, to whom you might confide. Now just a stranger on the other side. They're building a wall between water and land, so we can eat fruit and they can eat sand. A wall to make sure that our orchards will grow and our kids can get fat and not need to know of the cities in ruins and the children in fear, that your fathers and brothers in tanks might be near. A wall to keep quiet that which you fear most.
Here's a picture recording the donation by the European Union, a small part of the 1.2 billion euros which comes each year to Palestine. Picture of Mahmoud Abbas, and the EU helped build water systems which I understand are now threatened with being filled in, sorry the English, sorry about the grammar, for part of the security inverted commas fence.
And they employed other people to help, and this was paid for.
Yes. Fahmi has been explaining that these new terraces, which have been levelled and cleared of stone with a machine, I'm sure, with a digger or a swing shovel, the dry stone walling has been done by folk in the village. It's private land, but the work on the terracing is being funded by Future Vision. We walked up a little further. This is one of the rainwater catchment systems. The cistern, which has been built, there's 3 of them I understand, built with the help of EU money. You can just about discern the EU blue circle there, blue disc. And now you were saying, Fahmi, about the cistern. Yep.
Exactly, this is one of the systems that received.
Where does the rainwater come? Where does it come? How is it drained towards this?
You can see how they make the catchment here.
Yes.
To direct the rainwater to go.
Ah, you see now, off the road.
Yeah, off the road.
It comes off the road.
Because it's for agricultural purposes.
Yes.
It's not for
yes. Perfectly satisfactory for agriculture.
Yeah,
now what is? There's a question mark over this cistern. Tell me about the question mark.
You mean?
What might happen to it?
Yeah, they received a notification that it will be demolished. They claim that it's not licensed, so they are not authorized to build this cistern here, though it has been built for agricultural purposes, mainly, because you know in this land we have a severe crisis in water.
Yes.
And the alternative is to collect or catch the rainwater, and this is what the people have done.
Yes.
And it is just waiting the final destroyed, or I don't know.
So there's been an order to destroy it.
There is an order.
You have resisted it with a lawyer.
With a lawyer. And
Jonathan Sfad again?
Jonathan Katab.
Katab again,
and, this order has been frozen for a while.
Yes.
Not only this system, but also against all the terraces that have been built here in order to preserve the land.
An order against the terraces as
yes,
well.
An order against the terraces as well.
What, and to reinstate them as they were,
yeah.
The land as it was.
Yeah.
And do you know, is there any logic, is there any good reason why the Israeli occupying force should not want this water system here? How can you analyze that?
I mean, there isn't any reasonable reason for that. No. It's only, we can say in one word, it's occupation and just taking the land from the people.
It makes your village and your land less viable.
Less, yes.
Less likely to live, to use a simple word, rather than viable or sustainable. Often it's an overused word, sustainable. I thought that you were talking about an Israeli occupying force saying that development had been taken place here, which was outside, shall we say, their planning rules or something, even though they don't own the land, or any of it in fact. But what you're telling me is it's not just that they've objected to the work that's been carried out here with European funding to help, but they in fact are laying claim to land as well.
Exactly.
Is that right?
They deny our ownership to the land. They don't acknowledge it. Yeah.
But as, in your eyes, you have the land is registered by Palestinian owners.
Exactly.
Back into the Ottoman times, and in the meantime, and before.
Even earlier, yeah. And they have the papers to support the ownership.
And before.
Yes.
I forget who was who were your lords and masters before the Ottomans. Who was it? I forget now. Who was before the Ottomans?
The Ottomans, the Fatimids and the
Fatimites. Or the Egyptians. Yes. But what we're saying really is that this land, that, just to be blunt about it, this land is going to be appropriated, stolen, you think, by the people over there in Hadassah. You're fearful of that.
Or the settlement.
Or
here.
the settlement of Bita Elite,
yeah.
yes, which is behind us. Meaning that the house that's behind him, up on the right-hand side of the road here, was built about 2 years ago. Is it occupied, Fahmi? No.
It is, yeah.
It is,
People live in it, the whole family.
Yeah. But you're explaining about Area B and Area C. Just explain that as briefly as you can.
Even in this village, you can say the houses here, they are, according to the Oslo Agreement, in category Area B.
Yes.
And when you say, you speak about Area B, this means all the administrative things, they are related to the BA, Palestinian Authority.
Yes.
But security-wise, it's Israeli.
Yes.
However, the rest of the land in front of you here is Area C, although it's part of Wadi Fukin. But only the residential area is Area B, while the farming around the farms and the mountains, the hills, they are Area C. So they are.
And Area C, just to define that again.
Yeah, Area C is all the farms here. They are in Area C, which
what is his legal status or whatever?
Yeah,
you might
all
illegal
controlled
status?
by Israel, administratively and security-wise. All is Israeli control in Area C. The Palestinians haven't any control.
This house behind you say there's been a demolition order.
It's occupied by the people, and
Yes.
you can see they have the television installation. And
Yeah.
the
Vital thing.
yeah, the whole family live here.
Yes.
And it's not. It's just few meters away from previous houses, just
Yes.
as you see, just
Yeah.
behind you. Maybe his neighbor is just maybe 20 meters away. So it's still in Wadi Fukin, in Area B.
And what has happened to this house? What has?
He is also.
قلت لك قديش المسافة بين بي وبين سي.
Yeah, it's
يعني
20
ما فيش-
meters.
لا فيش.
What have they said about this house? What has been said?
I don't know. He just received like these notifications that you saw,
Oh yes.
and he found it just in front of the house
Yeah.
to tell that it has to be demolished because he doesn't have authorization to build.
And authorization from what? The IDF?
From the IDF.
IDF,
from
Israeli,
Israel.
Israeli Defense Force. You must spell it out, not the occupation force.
From your face on the ground, a wall to keep distant the terrible sound of the houses that crumble and the children that die. A wall to keep separate the truth from the lie. They're building a wall, and at such a cost. Land, money, and safety, and all the lives lost. A wall made of brick, but bricks can be broken when the people of Zion have finally awoken and said no more walls, no more refugees, no more keeping people up on their knees. And then the history books will someday recall before apartheid was ended, they were building a wall.